It's a simcha unlike any other. This is the event of all events. It's Bubby and Zadie's 50th wedding anniversary, and all the siblings, all the grandkids, all the cousins, everyone is flocking back to Bubby and Zadie's small, modest home on the Lower East Side. As everyone reaches the home, you haven't seen some of your siblings in quite some time. People laughing about old times, memories washing back as you see Bubby's couches there, still with the same plastic on them because you remember how Bubby didn't like anyone to spill their drinks on her nice couches. You see Zaidy's Svarem on the bookshelf. You see the old print because he doesn't like the new white paper that the new generation likes in their Svarem. He likes the old, well-bound, yellowing pages Svarem. And after some speeches, some divrei Torah, some laughing, then Zaidy says, please come into the living room, for Bubby and I would like to do one final, very special thing. And after it quiets down, Zaidy says, well, you know that Bubby and I have gone through a lot. You know that as I was one of those people that if I didn't show up to work in America a while ago on Saturday, then I wouldn't have a job again on Monday. You know how much we had to fight to be Shomer Shabbos, to keep our Torah study up. You know how much Bubby gave up and how ferocious she was in keeping her home kosher and keeping out that which was impure. So, we are here today to give all of you a book of our life lessons that we've learned together. It's filled with all the good times and the not so good times. And as they open up this sefer, and everyone kind of brought to tears already, they see something odd. That the sefer is no ordinary sefer, but it's in the form of a map. And Zaidy opens it and points to how here, this is on the east side. Remember when we went to the hospital? That's where Yankee was born. And remember how that I forgot to bring my tefillin there, and I learned a lesson that I didn't have tefillin. I never forgot tefillin again. And then Bubby takes the sefer and shows, oh, remember here, this is when we went on vacation, and remember Yankee, when we went to Arizona that you forgot your suitcase, and then we learned a lesson in forgetfulness, and we learned about when Rachel, remember, she stubbed her toe, and we had Emuna that it was from Hashem, and all the lessons you can point to on the map. And the nimshal of this parable is the clear lesson from Rambam or Nevuchim, as is brought from the Ramban at the beginning of Parshas Maseh, why the Torah needed to delineate to us all 42 separate destinations of the moves and halts of the Jewish people in the wilderness over the 40-year span. Each destination enumerated clearly. It would not have been enough to just say they traveled here and went there. But no, Vayisu Misukos, and then we went Vayachanu Be'esom. Where is that? It's a map. Asher B'Ketzei HaMidbar. You can go see it, says the Rambam. The Torah wants you, Hashem wants you to pass down this message to the generations, that every lesson learned and every single one of these stops, the map of Bubby and Zadie and the life lessons learned in Sukkos, and that I've learned in every destination, should be able to be seen on the map and in the sands of time, for it would not have been enough to just hear about it or to talk about it. When it comes to Emuna and the life lessons that we learned in the wilderness, it's not enough to hear it. You have to see it. Emuna needs to be bichush. And King David in Tehillim, you find it over and over. He's talking things into existence to visualize things. In our lives, Emuna is perhaps the most important thing. And here we have a lesson that it's not enough. It's not enough to just think about it. But you got to see it, Bechush. You got to look at it. You got to be able to point to it on a map. And when one goes through with Torah, they should be able to open Parshas Maseh and point to, look what happened when we were in the plains of Moab. And then look what happened with their great revelation at Har Sinai. And then look what happened when Moshe hit the rock and the lesson we learned there. And look, I need to have Emuna. And then look what happened with Miriam's well. And look at the Mon. And look at the trust. And look at the Emuna. And look at the love. All of it should be able to be point to. It's Chila from really the beginning all the way till now. These are the Jewish people's steps throughout the Torah, even throughout the diaspora. The footprints in the sands of time that teach us valuable lessons And it is here that we see that Emuna, when it's real faith and trust in Hashem, seeing is really believing.